Hello lovely friends, how are you all doing today? I hope you're well. I'm well, thank you. So today, oh my goodness, I'm nervous about this, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to do a video I've been asked to do so many times over the last 4 years, but especially in the last few weeks because I've been doing this new strand of Beyond Frugal, how I make do on pretty much about 400 quid a month, etc. So yeah, lots more people have asked me to do it. This shopping haul video. Now, until now I haven't done it because I've always thought, nobody wants to look in my shopping bag. Why on earth would you want to see me unpack my shopping bag? But apparently it's a thing in Videoland, people want to see that. But the big thing, and this will come as a bit of, I think when I get my stuff out, it's going to come as a bit of a shock to people. The big thing is, I don't really do a shopping haul. Actually, you're all wonky, let me bring you around. That's better, I can stand up straight. Yeah, I don't really do a big shopping haul every week. It's not like, I know there are loads of channels out there who've got their, say, 30 or 40 pounds per week. They do their entire shop with that. Brilliant. I don't, purely because I grow the vast majority of my own food. And I've said so many times, firstly, that I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to have a garden space to grow in. And secondly, I simply would not be able to do what I'm doing if I didn't grow all that food. Because if I was buying it, that's £1,500, £2,000 a year worth of food I grow. So I simply would not be able to be wage free without, sorry, ignore the computer, without A, having a garden, and B, having paid off my mortgage. So I'm kind of, like I said, I'm quite nervous to do this because it's not going to be the normal sort of shopping haul, frugal type video you see from other folk. I've had a little look around, I've looked at a few people's videos to see what they're doing, and actually mine is going to be really quite different. I'm going to get everything out in a second, and then I want to sit down, my knees are killing me, I've been up and down the high street, sit down to just talk about why I've made the choices I've made and how I balance everything out. And the reason I say it's not going to be the usual kind of shopping haul thing is because this is not bargain basement supermarket shopping. And I know there's going to be some people who watch this. I can imagine the comments already. I'm trying to head off all the trolls or the people who want to debase me. There's going to be people who say, that's all right for you, it's all right for rich people to shop like that and middle class people to shop like that, but the reality is when you've got no money you can't shop like that. The truth is I don't have money and I do shop like this, but again, coming back to that point of that's because I grow my own food. So I was just thinking, is there any food in the shopping bag? There is some food. So yeah, please don't knock me, don't call me, spoiled, rich, privileged, middle class, whatever, because I am not. Everything you see on my videos it's the truth. This is how I live. There are sometimes I kind of think, I want to get a bunch of my friends in here so they can sort of say to the camera, yes, this truly is how she lives. We spend time with her, this is how she lives. Anyway, enough of that, enough of trying to head off any trouble before we start. Here is my shopping haul. So I allow myself £10 a week, and that's for everything. That's for clothes, entertainment, food, cleaning products. That's literally everything I shop with. So, excuse me, I've still got this slight throat thing going on. So, for example, back in January, I was desperate for a new pair of trainers. Managed to get some in the sales, which was great. But over the course of January, if you think of a month being about 45 quid for shopping money, that took a huge chunk out of my shopping money. But that's okay because A, I've got food stored in the freezers and in the shed and dry stuff under the bed and what have you. So that was okay. And in terms of sort of cleaning bits and other bits, I was fairly well stocked. So yeah, I was able to dive in, take that 35 quid chunk of money out on a pair of trainers, but it did mean had to go without everything else. So let me show you what I bought for my 10 quid this week. It's not actually 10 quid, I've just totted it up. This comes to £8.60. There are only 4 items, goodness me. So the first, they're going to go everywhere now, is loo roll. The loo roll was £4.50. So again, I know you can buy loo roll much, much cheaper elsewhere. I go for this brand because it's all post-consumer waste recycled paper, and the packet it's in, it's not plastic, it's potato starch. So I can just chop it up, goes in the compost in the garden, no waste. And then even the loo roll, the tubes, I save. Actually, I don't know if you can see from there. Look, this is on the back of the door. Oh, can I get it off? Hang on a second. That's all loo roll in it that I've been saving over the last quite a few months. So yeah, if I don't use them for making pots for starting seeds in, they'll just get torn up and they'll go in the compost as well. So I know £4.50 is quite a lot for loo roll. This actually costs £5. This is something I'm going to talk about when we sit down. I get a bit of a discount at the place where I buy this. So that's my loo roll, £4.50. Then for £1.50, a box of bicarbonate of soda. I run out, I need to do some cleaning. My oven is disgusting. It's so disgusting. So I'm going to try a few tricks with bicarb on my oven to see if I can make it just less disgusting. I'm not going to be able to restore it to its former beauty. It's 17 years old, it's had a hammering over the years. But yeah, I'd run out. So I like to buy, this is from a different shop. All these items have come from different shops, and I'll talk about that again in a sec as well. I like this one because it's in a cardboard box. So once I finish with the bicarb, again, tear the box up, goes in the compost. Oh, and I think I'm spraying it everywhere. So far, what's that up to? £4.50, £5.50, that's 6 quid so far. Then my washing up liquid, BioD, really like it. It's a good eco brand, if you like. The original bottle, if I was to buy this in the shop as is, it's about £2.50, but this today has cost me £1.80 because I've kept the bottle once it was empty, and I've gone into my little plastic free shop and simply refilled it. They've got these great big vats with a pump on the top. You pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. The great thing is you don't have to have the matching bottle to the product. So if I had literally anything, if I had an old juice bottle, so I've got a juice bottle, so long as they can read the millimetre content of the bottle, you can fill up whatever you want. So you could get half this amount and pay less, but it's great. I'm saving, by doing a refill, what's the saving? 70p each time. I don't get through a huge amount. It's concentrated, it's great. Again, I know there's going to be people rolling their eyes and thinking you can get washing up for 29p at Lidl or Aldi. I don't know if you can, I haven't looked. And then finally, in my veggie bag, some bread. It's going to go everywhere because it's a seedy one. Now, I've done my shop in the morning because I had to go to the post office and do a few other things. Oh, it smells gorgeous. This is called çörek. It's a Turkish bread. 80p. No packaging, brilliant. If I'd gone this afternoon, after about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, get it for 30p. Because as a sort of fluffy white bread, it does go stale quite quickly, but it makes gorgeous toast. So at the moment I'm having quite a lot of beanie soups because I'm sort of going through all the last bits in my freezers. So beanie soups, and I thought, oh, I fancy a bit of bread. I don't always get bread, but when I want it, when I fancy it, I get it from these guys. So it's 80p, or if I'd got it at sort of 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, that would have been 30p. So my entire spend this week is £8.60. Yay! Oh, I should have worked out the dollar amount, shouldn't I? Sorry for that. Add about another quarter on for dollars. About a quarter, yeah. So that means I've got £1.40 left over. That's fine. That can sit in my purse. And then if later on during the week I suddenly think, oh, I could really do with X, Y, Z, if there's something I've forgotten, or I've got bicarb everywhere, or there's something I haven't anticipated, there's £1.40 towards it. And if I don't spend it this week, that'll roll over into next week. There are some weeks when, I'm just trying to think now, next week might be one of these weeks where I don't need to buy anything. I've got all my cleaning products, I've got all the food I need. Yeah, it might be a no-spend week next week. And if that's the case, that money just will sit in my account. And that means, actually the charity shops are due to reopen. And I could do with a couple of tops. So that would be great. This is typical of how I kind of do my shopping and thinking. If I don't need to buy any food, cleaning, whatever, if I've got that tenner and I've got my £1.40 change from today, so £11.40, that could probably get me a couple of tops from the charity shops. Can't wait for them to reopen. Right, I'm going to have a sit down because my knees are killing me, and I just want to chat a little bit further about frugality and that clash, that ethical dilemma clash that can happen. Oh, a sit down, that feels better. So, one of the reasons it's nice to have a sit down is, apart from all the stairs, I know I go on about them, but as I was mentioning, each item has come from a completely different shop, and they're all spread up and down my high street. So I try, when I do my little high street run, you know, do all my errands in one go. So I needed to go to the post office today anyway to post a parcel and some letters. So whilst I'm out, you're about to wobble, I just realised you're not actually sitting flat. Yeah, while I'm out, it's like, right, do all those. I've got a good idea of the things I need to buy in terms of my shop for the week. I keep a little note on my pinboard of, what am I running out of, what do I need? Also, by doing that, that helps me plan if I think, I need a really big item. Yes, so they're all different shops. Great, that's a bit of exercise for me today. Also, these are all small independent shops. They're all shops where, I'm just trying to think, yeah, they don't have, well, where I got the bread from, they've got another branch in the next village over, and where I got my refill from, they've got another branch in the other village over, that way. But they're not, these are really, really small family-run businesses. So this thing about ethics versus frugality, and I am absolutely not preaching. Please, please, please do not take it that way. We all can only do what's right for us and our family with our given situation and our circumstances. So I'm not saying be like me, not at all. Remember, I'm not buying very much food, so I can do it this way. But I like to support the small, local, independent businesses. I like that vibrancy on my high street, that it is these small, local people, not the big kind of national supermarkets, what have you. I do have some of those. People sort of bemoan the disappearance of the high street and the lack of variety. It's down to us as consumers. We need to consume that variety in order to keep it there. But the great thing, the thing I really love about all these different shops is I've been going to them for years. Well, apart from the washing up liquid shop, because that's very new. But the rest of them, I have been going to them for years and years. So I've got to know the staff, the owners of the business. We always have a chat. It's a lovely, lovely human interaction, human connection every time. It doesn't feel like a chore to go shopping. It feels like I'm popping down the high street and visiting with various friends. It's great. And also because of that, so where the loo roll came from, I get a discount. I get 10% off anything I buy there because I've been such a loyal customer over the years. So you know what, it's like, it's two-way traffic, isn't it? They appreciate my custom. Because they appreciate me, they give me that bit of discount, it makes me keep going back to them. Fab. So yeah, I'm definitely all about shopping locally, shopping independent, shopping these small businesses. And the other thing for me, sorry, I've got really itchy nose again, is just in terms of, you know, a lot of this is about my kind of green passion, if you like. I can do all of this on foot. I don't need to use a car, I don't need to use a bus, I don't need to be chugging fumes out. And again, I accept that if you're a family of 4 and you're buying all your food too, that can be, you know, how can you carry it? I suggest getting a really good granny trolley. I mean, I lug pounds and pounds and pounds of produce back from my garden at certain times of the year, and the granny trolley copes fine. Anyway, so like I said, this is me, this is what I can do, this is what I want to do. Fantastic. Likewise with, you know, the cost of the washing up liquid. Yeah, you know what, I'm sure you could get washing up liquid much, 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 much cheaper. The fact is, and some of you might be thinking, why don't you go for the cheaper washing up liquid, Vivi? Because then you'd have an extra £3 or £4 to spend elsewhere each week. The fact is, you know, it was a big, big thing for me going wage free. One of the things I was worried about is I would have to compromise my ethics. But what I found, and I'm so glad about this, is just trying to think if there are any exceptions. If there are any exceptions that I can't think of at the moment, I will bring them up because I believe in transparency and honesty. But at the moment, I honestly can't think of any of my sort of eco desires that I've had to compromise. Yeah, I can't think of any. So, like I said, that's been my passion for years and years and years and years. And I really didn't want to, that was something I really didn't want to compromise on when I went wage free. But again, that's just me. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just showing you what is possible if you grow most of your own food. So yeah, that's it. That's my weekly shopping haul. That was exciting, wasn't it? Not. Honestly, I've in researching before doing this video today, because like I say, folk have been asking and asking and asking, I thought, what is it with these shopping haul videos? I've never really, you know, engaged. So I had a look on YouTube, had a look around, and it's like, oh my goodness, just masses and masses and masses and masses coming out of the bags. It's like, I'm going to really, really bore people and disappoint people with there's hardly anything there. And the other thing I would say is, anyone who's been watching my channel for a while will know I do bang on about it quite a bit, how anti-single-use plastic I am. And when I watched all these other videos, it's just everything is in a packet. And that's the other thing about shopping locally and independently. Quite often you can buy your produce loose, whether it's some vegetables or some fruit or your bread. Yeah, shop around, have a little look around. You may be surprised to find a little shop in your area which maybe is comparable price with the big supermarkets and, what do you call them in the States, the big box stores? I'm not really sure. But yeah, you may find someone in your area that's comparable for prices, maybe a smidge more, but because they're local, you can do it on foot, saving on petrol in the car. Over time, build a relationship, and you may end up being able to get a bit of discount here and there. Look into it, it's worth it, isn't it? So yeah, there we go, folks. You asked for my shopping haul video, you got one. The other thing I should say is this typical? I don't know that I do ever have a typical shop. What I grow in the garden and what I store and preserve is typical, because I do it year after year after year, because I like to eat the same stuff. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say quickly to mention was another reason I can live, you know, so very, very frugally is I don't drink tea or coffee. I occasionally have a cup of herbal tea once a week, if that. So quite often I get given herbal tea in a Christmas parcel, does me for a whole year. So I think that's quite a big saving for me. No tea, no coffee, and because of that, no milk. I don't use milk at all. I'm perfectly happy drinking water. I know for some people it would be unimaginable to have to give up their coffee, but if you did, how much is that going to save each week? But that's probably way too far for a lot of people to go. I get it. I've got friends who drink coffee and I know what they're like when they haven't had a cup. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to leave it there for today. I was going to say I hope that was interesting. It probably wasn't. Like I said, I think this is probably one of the dullest things I've ever done in my life for you all. I apologise. Look, if you've got any questions, because I realise that this is probably not what people were expecting. So please, if you've got questions, put them in the comments below. You know, yeah, I'll leave it at that. If you've got questions, if you're dying to know, what do you do about this, Vivian? What do you do about that? And where do you buy this? And I'm really, really happy to answer them, because if you've got questions and I can answer them, hopefully that kind of sort of will help to reinforce that I'm not living like a monk. You know, I live what would be classed as below the poverty line, but I live really happily and well. So yeah, please ask those questions, and hopefully by me answering, it just sort of encourages, reinforces, inspires, etc, etc. Right, it's time for me to put all my shopping away. See you all again soon, everyone. Please stay well in the meantime, and I'm not sure when I'll see you next, but it will be soon. So until then, cheerio.